In 2013, Formula One races averaged over 50 pit stops. Drivers were pitting multiple times just to survive the aggressive tyre degradation. But fast forward to 2024, and most races now only see 1 to 2 stops per driver. But today, F1 strategies are weirder than ever. From record-breaking pit stops to surprising power boosts, teams are now making decisions that would have seemed crazy just a few years ago. By the end of this video, you'll see how the sport's evolution is turning strategy on its head, and why the smartest teams are taking risks that leave us all wondering, is this madness or genius? Formula One has come a long way since the days of raw speed and brute force. What we see today isn't just a race against the clock, it's a battle of minds, data, and daring decisions. The modern F1 race is a complex puzzle where every lap brings new calculations. Teams are no longer just reacting to tyre wear or fuel consumption, they're predicting the future. Here's where it gets interesting. Strategies that were once straightforward have now morphed into something far more complex and, frankly, stranger. Today, we'll explore how these weird new strategies are shaping F1. From chaotic tyre switches to energy recovery systems that give drivers surprise boosts at just the right moment. Stick with us until the end and you'll find out why the weirdness of modern F1 strategy might just be the secret to victory, and how F1 reality might become stranger than fiction. Think you've got what it takes to predict the future in F1? Comment below and tell us what's the most crucial aspect of a winning strategy: tyre management, fuel, or ERS? Formula One racing has always been a test of speed, precision, and strategy, but the way teams approach a race today is radically different from a decade ago. Every race is now a battlefield of split-second decisions and advanced technology, with multiple elements pulling teams in different directions. It all started with the refueling ban in 2010, a game-changing move that forced teams to rethink how they managed their races. No more quick refuel stops to lighten the car and charge ahead. Now teams had to carry all the fuel from the start, adding weight and making the tyre management even more crucial. But here's where the debate heats up. Did the refueling ban kill the excitement of those risky mid-race fuel stops, or did it force teams to get more creative with their strategies? That's a question every F1 fan has an opinion on. Then, in 2014, Energy Recovery Systems, or ERS, arrived, turning F1 into a hybrid-powered battlefield. ERS doesn't just boost speed, it gives drivers a limited surge of power that can turn the tide of a race. The timing of that surge is everything. Should you use it to make a crucial overtake, or hold on to it to fend off a challenging rival? And let's not forget about the data revolution. Modern F1 teams aren't just watching the track, they're plugging into a data stream, analysing tyre wear, fuel efficiency, and real-time telemetry. Combine all this with the unpredictability of weather, and today's F1 race isn't just about who's fastest, it's about who can think fastest and adapt in real time. Do you think the refueling ban made F1 more exciting or took away some of the drama? Let us know in the comments, and if you're enjoying this breakdown, subscribe for more F1 insights. When the refueling ban came into play in 2010, it wasn't just a minor rule change, it transformed race strategy overnight. Before the ban, teams could pit for fuel, meaning they could run lighter and faster for aggressive stints. But after the ban, teams had to balance the weight of a full fuel tank with the durability of their tyres. Early race laps became a challenge, with heavy cars punishing softer tyres. Teams had to decide: push with soft compounds and pit early, or conserve with harder tyres and stretch the stint. Take Bahrain as an example. On this hot circuit, soft tyres can blister under the pressure of a full tank, leading to early pit stops and more time lost in the pits. The decision to go soft or hard can be the difference between victory and a race that slips away. Teams now find themselves constantly battling the elements, choosing the right tyre, monitoring how the fuel burn-off affects tyre performance, and making split-second adjustments on the track. But this isn't the first time that a rule change or innovation forced teams to rethink their strategies. Remember Brawn GP's double diffuser in 2009? It was a radical aerodynamic solution that gave Brawn a massive advantage by creating extra downforce, leaving their rivals scrambling to keep up. It was so effective and controversial that the FIA stepped in to regulate it. Innovations like these can throw the entire grid into chaos, forcing teams to adapt or fall behind. And if you're curious about the double diffuser or other wild inventions that led to bans or FIA intervention, be sure to check out our video on the top 8 crazy F1 innovations that shook the sport. You can find the link in the description. Which F1 shakeup do you think changed the sport most? The refueling ban, ERS, or advanced data? Drop a comment below and don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying the breakdown. All of these evolving strategies, tyre management, ERS timing, and adapting to changing conditions come down to one thing: taking calculated risks. And in Formula 1, sometimes those risks are so extreme they blur the line between madness and brilliance. Few moments in recent F1 history capture this better than the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix. The race was a masterclass in daring strategy, with one driver pushing the boundaries of what was possible under some of the most challenging conditions of the season. As rain drenched the circuit and competitors played it safe with tyre changes, Lewis Hamilton decided to gamble. And it was a gamble that could have cost him the race. Here's what happened. The tension at the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix was unbearable. Lewis Hamilton, on the verge of making history, took a gamble, and everyone watching could feel the weight of that decision. His rivals had already pitted, playing it safe by switching to fresher tyres, but Hamilton? He chose to push his old, worn intermediates well beyond their limit. Lap after lap, his tyres deteriorated, the grip fading with every turn, and the car seemed to fight him at every corner. Each lap was a nerve-wracking test of precision. One small mistake, one moment of oversteer, and his entire race, his 7th World Championship, would be lost. The rain-soaked track was beginning to dry out faster than expected, turning corners into potential disaster zones. His tyres were practically bald, slicks in everything but name, and the car twitched under braking. It was a delicate dance between control and chaos, a razor-thin line between victory and defeat. The pit wall held its breath, and millions of fans around the world watched in stunned anticipation, waiting for disaster to strike. But Hamilton remained calm, his mind racing faster than his car as he calculated every move with the precision of a chess grandmaster. And then came the ERS. As his competitors faltered on newer tyres, Hamilton's perfect mastery of the car's energy recovery system gave him crucial bursts of power at exactly the right moments. Every time his rivals closed in, he unleashed just enough energy to defend his position, keeping them at bay while pushing the car to its absolute limit. With each lap, his pit crew anxiously monitored the data, their eyes glued to the screens. Would the tyres hold on? Could the strategy really work? The car danced on the edge of control, just as Hamilton did, teetering between genius and madness. The pit wall could only watch as he balanced speed, endurance, and sheer willpower to keep his position. Every second felt like an eternity. In the end, it wasn't just about speed or power, it was about endurance, timing, and unwavering confidence in a high-risk strategy. When Hamilton crossed the line, 31 seconds ahead of second-place finisher Sergio Perez, he didn't just win the race, he secured his 7th World Championship, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest drivers in F1 history. It was a performance that defied logic, a masterclass of nerve and precision, leaving everyone asking, was this sheer madness, or was it a stroke of genius? What's your favourite example of a bold F1 strategy paying off? Was it Hamilton at Turkey 2020 or something else? Let us know in the comments below. Formula 1 strategies have evolved drastically, becoming more intricate, data-driven, and unpredictable with every rule change and technological advancement. The refueling ban made teams rethink every lap, while ERS introduced bursts of power that could change the outcome of a race. But today's strategies? They're just the start of what's to come. As F1 moves forward, strategies will only get stranger. With new ERS systems, electric power could become more critical than tyre wear, with drivers saving boosts for race-winning moves in the final laps. The hybrid game is evolving, and teams that master this balance between combustion and electric power will dominate. And then there's sustainability. As F1 speeds toward net zero emissions, pit stops could include energy replenishment or battery swaps. Success may depend as much on eco-efficiency as on raw speed. Imagine races where winning hinges on how well teams conserve and deploy energy through cutting-edge tech. The weirdness of F1's strategy isn't going anywhere. As technology advances and sustainability takes center stage, strategies will only get more unpredictable. Teams that adapt fast will thrive, but will this lead to bolder, riskier moves or force the sport back to simplicity? One thing is certain, F1 never stops evolving. In this sport, nothing stays the same for long, and the most daring strategies often lead to the biggest victories. That's what makes F1 so thrilling. Not just speed, but pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So, what do you think? Will the future of F1 see even more wild and unpredictable strategies, or could we see a shift back to simpler tactics as teams struggle to balance technology and sustainability? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're as fascinated by these bold strategies and split-second decisions as I am, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the world of Formula One. We'll continue exploring the latest innovations, controversies, and of course those moments that define the sport. And don't forget to leave a comment. What's the most daring F1 strategy you've seen pay off? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.